Hi, my name is Advik and I am in 4th grade. Today I'm here to talk about Mission San Gabriel Arcange. First, let me give you an introduction about the mission system. When Christopher Columbus came back from his exploration trip, he told everyone about the riches and goods he found in the New World. But Spain was not interested in conquering California until 200 years after they had conquered Mexico. They only started conquering California because they feared another country would conquer it first and that would threaten their rule over Mexico. Spain's goal was to conquer land, to build their empire, and convert the natives to Catholicism. They thought if they converted the natives to Catholicism, the natives would be their allies. They did this by building 21 missions along the coast of California. All the missions were one day's walk from each other, and they were all on a trail called El Camino Rail Trail. How Mission San Gabriel was founded. Mission San Gabriel is the 4th mission to be founded out of 21 missions in California. It was founded on September 8, 1771 by Angel de la Zamora and Pedro Benito Cambon under Juno Pericera. It was later moved 3 miles from its original location in 1775. The natives were forced to build the mission. The natives had to build a mission. Some were willing helpers, where others were forced. The mission sat on 3 important trails, so there are a lot of visitors coming. Once, a passing soldier killed a tribe's leader, so the tribe avoided the mission. Friars Paterna and Cruzado worked hard to regain the natives' trust. Under Friars Paterna and Cruzado, Mission San Gabriel grew steadily, with over 1,000 neophytes. Mission San Gabriel neophytes are natives that have been baptized and can no longer leave the mission. Mission San Gabriel had more than 1,000 neophytes, attracted so many neophytes that Friars Cruzado had to build a new church. Let's go check it out. This is the church. The natives had to build and paint this church. It took from 1791 to 1805 to finish building and painting this church. Sadly, Friars Paterna and Cruzado died that year. The Spanish tried to teach the neophytes Catholicism in their own language, but it did not have the right words. So the natives had to learn a new language, practice another religion, wear different clothes, eat different food, have different jobs, and adapt to the mission's strict routine. In 1812, an earthquake occurred near Mission San Gabriel. It damaged the church, the friars' room, and many workshops. It took many years to rebuild. In that time, the friars moved into a granny, which they converted into a church in a year. Unmarried women and girls above 11 had to live and work in locked places called monasterios. They were not allowed to leave most of the time, so it got very dirty, and disease spread quickly. There were many sick people at Mission San Gabriel. Because the Spanish unknowingly brought diseases with them that the neophytes had never adapted to, so it was hard for them to fight off. Most neophytes did not survive after the age of 2, and barely any made it to adulthood. There are over 6,000 neophytes buried in this cemetery. Many neophytes ran away, thinking they would get sick, or they were going to die, or they were going to get punished. Now let's check out the vineyard. The vineyard goes all the way up there, if you can see. And it extends. The vineyard goes for 170 acres and has many vines. Mission San Gabriel gave many vines to other missions. Here we have the mother vine. It is over 200 years old and is the root of the vines that is extending throughout the mission. Mission San Gabriel's animal population went from 128 to 42,000 from 1772 to 1829. Mission San Gabriel always had plentiful harvests. It provided other necessities for other missions. This is the old kitchen where they cooked meals and the food for the natives, soldiers, and missionaries. Let's take a look inside. Over here, we can see the pots and plates they had used. Over here, they might have cooked stuff. Here, it could be a stove for baking. Here we have the bell tower, which has many bells, but the largest bell over there weighs over 1 ton. The bell tower was used to tell the schedule of the day. It was an honor to ring the bells. Let me tell you their schedule. In the morning, the first bell rang and they had to wake up. At the second bell, they had to eat breakfast. At the third bell, the natives had to start working. At the fourth bell, it was time for them to eat lunch. On the fifth bell, they had to work again. On the sixth bell, it was time for prayers, which lasted 1 hour. At the seventh bell, it was 6 o'clock and it was time for dinner. After dinner, they had 2 hours of free time. At the eighth bell, it was 8 o'clock and time for all the women to go to sleep. 1 hour later, the ninth bell rang and it was time for the men to go to sleep. In 1812, an earthquake occurred near Mission San Gabriel. The bell tower was ruined, but it was later rebuilt over here. It was originally built over there somewhere. This is the original location of the bell tower. Here we can see the ruins of the bell tower. It fell down in the earthquake that happened in 1812 and got moved over that side. So today we have Mr. Miguel, who's the staff of Mission San Gabriel Mission, and he's going to tell us some fun facts.
Sure, we're going to tell you 3 particular things about our mission. So we found in 1771, Los Angeles City found in 1781. So for that reason, we actually 10 years old than Los Angeles City. So we are considered the first church in Los Angeles is this one here. The first cemetery in Los Angeles is this one here as well. And the third particular thing, we have the grapevine. So the grapevine is 251 years old and considered the mother of the grapevine. So thanks to her, we have the grapevines in California. So the 3 particular things is the first church in Los Angeles, is this one here, the first cemetery right here, and the first grapevine. All right? Any other questions again?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Present day mission. Many people like to visit Mission San Gabriel to see its architecture, learn its history, or admire its church. Most of the original foundation is still intact at the mission. That concludes everything about Mission San Gabriel. Thanks for listening. Bye!